Hey gearheads! Electric vehicles were supposed to be the future, but what if I told you there's a graveyard of Teslas sitting in Australia right now? That's right, sales are slumping and nobody's buying. We're going to break down why this is happening and what it means for the EV revolution. Is it all doom and gloom, or is there a chance for a comeback? Let's find out. Let us peel back the layers to understand why Tesla and the EV market are experiencing a slowdown. Firstly, competition is no longer a one-horse race. Remember when Tesla was the sole name associated with electric vehicles? Well, not anymore. Legacy automakers such as Ford, General Motors, and even Hyundai are aggressively entering the EV market. They're introducing attractive models with extended ranges, cutting-edge features, and proven brand credibility. And this puts pressure on Tesla, which may need to change its strategy to stay competitive. Second, range anxiety remains a persistent enemy for some prospective purchasers. Imagine you're on a road trip, the sun is sinking, and your battery gauge begins to dip. Finding a charging station in rural places might be like looking for an oasis in the desert. While major highways are becoming more equipped with charging infrastructure, some people are unwilling to quit their gas-guzzling vehicles due to the fear of running out of charge while driving. Finally, let's not ignore the economic elephant in the room. Inflation is squeezing finances everywhere, and EVs remain more expensive than fuel automobiles. Even with Tesla's recent price decreases, the upfront cost of an electric vehicle can be overwhelming, and this is especially true for budget-conscious shoppers who may put affordability ahead of environmental considerations. So, there you have it. Several causes ranging from greater competition and insufficient charging infrastructure to economic headwinds are contributing to the recent decline in EV sales. But before we worry, let's shift gears and look at why the future of electric vehicles could still be good. Although the headlines may present a picture of an EV revolution that is on the verge of collapsing, it is essential to take a more in-depth look before pressing the panic button. Certainly, the backlog that Tesla has in Australia and the general fall of sales at EVs are both troubling developments. But does this indicate a fundamental shift, or is it just a temporary roadblock in a race that will last for a long time? Let's find out why this story about an electric vehicle dream that is on the verge of extinction might be premature. The EV market's not as open and accessible as it once was. Established automobile manufacturers have finally come to terms with the electric future, and Tesla, which has been the unquestioned leader for years, is now facing a tsunami of competition from manufacturers like Ford and General Motors, who are both delivering enticing options for longer ranges, more amenities, and established dealer networks. Ford's Mustang Mach-E and General Motors' Chevrolet Bolt EV in particular are examples of these types of vehicles. This increased rivalry has the potential to result in a price war, which will eventually be to the benefit of consumers via the possibility of lower prices. In a report published by McKinsey & Company, it is anticipated that the global market for EVs would reach an astounding $5 trillion by the year 2030, with sales expanding at a compound annual growth rate of 30%. This phenomenal increase is indicative of a thriving business, not a market that's falling apart. Despite the fact that Tesla's supremacy might be waning, the overall pie is growing larger as new players enter the game. Consumer behavior and the cost of high entry. The current state of the economy also has a big effect on the decisions that consumers make regarding their purchases. Despite the fact that EVs continue to have a higher price tag in comparison to gasoline-powered vehicles, inflation is putting a strain on household budgets. The initial cost continues to be a barrier for many prospective purchasers, despite the fact that Tesla has just reduced its prices. According to the findings of a research conducted by J.D. Power, the most significant issue regarding EVs is their cost, despite the fact that interest in EVs continues to be high, with 20% of car shoppers considering purchasing one. This is especially true for consumers who are concerned about their finances and may place a higher priority on meeting their current requirements than on the long-term environmental advantages. For many people who are considering purchasing an electric vehicle, range anxiety, which refers to the dread of running out of power before reaching a charging station, continues to be a significant obstacle. Although the infrastructure for charging EVs is fast increasing, it has not yet reached a degree of pervasiveness that gas stations have. There's a reluctance to move to EVs due to the absence of readily available charging stations, particularly in rural locations. The situation, on the other hand, is getting better. The number of public charging points throughout the world reached over 13.8 million in 2022, with a large fraction of those being fast chargers, as reported by the International Energy Agency. In addition, governments all over the world are making significant investments in the construction of charging infrastructure because they recognize the significance of this infrastructure for the adoption of EVs. It's essential to keep in mind that the automobile industry that is dominated by internal combustion engines is a formidable enterprise. The average lifespan of gasoline-powered automobiles is approximately 12 years, yet there are still millions of these vehicles on the road today. Simply because of the cycles of replacement, these currently available automobiles will continue to be the most popular on the roads for many years to come. Even though this does not rule out the possibility of EVs in the future, it does explain why a full overnight shift is not taking place. The electric vehicle revolution is not a sprint, but rather a marathon. The fundamental dynamics that are driving the move towards EVs continue to be strong, despite the fact that we might experience a short delay as a result of the issues described here. While the present slump may create a bleak picture, there are compelling reasons to believe it is merely a temporary setback for the EV revolution. Many governments are actively encouraging EV ownership with financial incentives. According to a McKinsey & Company analysis, tax incentives and subsidies provided by governments worldwide resulted in a 20% rise in EV sales between 2020 and 2021. This trend is projected to continue, making EVs a more appealing option for budget-conscious consumers. Battery technology is rapidly advancing. Bloomberg New Energy Finance reports that battery costs have fallen by 89% since 2010. This results in a huge fall in EV pricing over time. Furthermore, these developments are resulting in enhanced range, now averaging 250 miles on a single charge, and shorter charging periods. According to the International Council on Clean Transportation's 2023 study, charging times are expected to decrease by 50% over the next 5 years. Consumer confidence in EVs will grow as range anxiety decreases and charging becomes more accessible. Consumers are becoming more aware of this environmental impact of gasoline-powered automobiles. Transport now accounts for over 30% of worldwide greenhouse gas emissions, according to the IEA. With rising public concern about climate change, EVs are becoming more appealing as a sustainable alternative. And according to a 2024 survey, 72% of millennials are prepared to spend more for an electric automobile, suggesting a shift in customer choice. Tesla is not resting on its laurels. The company is constantly developing and increasing production capacity. They're also investing in their own global charging network, which addresses a major issue among potential buyers. Legacy automakers are not idle. Ford's Mustang Mach-E and Chevrolet's Bolt EV are just a few examples of intriguing EVs that are gaining popularity. This increased competition will eventually benefit consumers by providing a broader range of products, better features, and possibly lower prices. While there are hurdles, the long-term prospects for EVs remain promising. With government backing, improved battery technology, rising environmental awareness, and a quickly evolving industry, EVs are positioned to become the dominant force in defining the future of transportation. Let's face it, the EV market hit a speed bump. While Tesla's backlog might grab headlines, it is important to remember that global EV sales are still expected to grow by over 30% in 2025. This temporary setback shouldn't overshadow the long-term potential. With advancements in battery technology and expanding charging infrastructure, EVs are poised to become the future. A recent study predicts that EVs will account for over 50% of all new car sales by 2030. So is this the end of EVs? No. It's an exciting time to be a part of this transportation revolution. So what do you think? Are you considering an EV for your next car? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more car content.